Okay, so this video is going to go over the profile strategy as far as how to make your profile an all-star profile and make it be high converting. If we're doing marketing or if you're sending traffic to anything, whether it be a website or your LinkedIn profile, it has to be really good. You have to be able to speak to your audience that you're targeting and make sure that you are solving the problems that they have in their head and positioning yourself as the solution to those problems. So what we do is we're going to do a quick audit. This is my page, so it's easier just to kind of use mine as an example. So the first thing, starting from the top down here, is you want to start here, make sure that your background image is relevant. It doesn't have to be custom. We customize ours, and that's fine. But yours does not have to be custom. Yours you can pull that off of Google and find some stock images that are royalty free kind of thing to use if you'd like. It should be a picture that's relevant to what you do. Obviously, we do marketing, so you see all these images in the background show different facets of marketing and whatnot. And it has our logo. So again, if you want to go custom, that's fine. But even if you find a picture online that has good dimensions for this, just make sure that it's a high quality one and that it kind of relates to what you do for your service. Okay. Also, when it comes to your headshot, try to keep it from just middle chest high. You want to make sure that your face is big enough in the picture so people can actually see you and connect with you on a visual level. Make sure that you look somewhat professional. Don't use a picture of you doing any sports or anything like that. This is about business, so I suggest some sort of professional headshot would be really good. Now let's get down here to the headline. This is a big deal. So what I tell people when they're writing their headline is you want to say what it is that you do and who you help, and then maybe something a little personal about you if you can, right? So for example, here, mine says, helping SaaS companies explode revenue through ROI-driven digital marketing campaigns. This is my one-liner. If people ask me in an elevator, what do you do? I can say, well, I help SaaS companies explode their revenue through ROI-driven digital marketing campaigns. You know everything you need to know about me and what I do in that one line. So try to come up with something that say, helping or serving or whatever, some sort of action word here that says what you do. So for me, I'm helping, and then who am I helping? I'm helping SaaS companies. Now, obviously, I help a lot of different industries, but the companies that we specifically try to target with our own marketing is SaaS. With what we do, we could do it for any industry, and we do it for a lot of them. But be very specific if you can to exactly who you want to talk to in this. So helping SaaS companies, and I put explode revenue. So this is what we're doing, right? So we explode their revenue, and then how are we doing it? Well, we're going to do that through ROI-driven digital marketing campaigns. So I basically use an adjective of the type of help, what we're going to do. I say who we're going to help. I say what exactly is going to be the result, explode their revenue. And then I say how we do that. Okay. And then I put a couple things about me. So I put, this vertical line is a great way to separate these things. I put CEO, that's something about me in a professional aspect. And then I put gymnastics dad. My daughter's in gymnastics. I'm really proud of her. And it's just something that I feel like any other dads that are reading this that have a kid in sports or gymnastics specifically, they'll connect with that. And that's just something, personal about me. And all this fit into the character limit. I think it fit exactly into this. So it can only be about this long. And you'll see it has a character limit that when you edit your profile, that'll tell you. But so that's how you write your headline. Okay, that's the best practices for that. Now, coming down to the summary. Now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go over my summary, and I'm gonna tell you, the reasons behind the things that I'm saying in there. Okay, so the first thing you want to start off with is anywhere from 2 to 3 questions that attack the main pain points that your target demographic is experiencing. So for me, mine says, do you have the right SaaS marketing systems and strategies in place so you don't have to do it all yourself? Because one of the pain points for my clients is that there's so much to do and they don't know how to do it themselves and they don't have the time. The second question is, are you frustrated that you're not getting the ROI on your marketing budget that you know you should? One of the second biggest pain point for my industry that we target is that they spend a lot of money and they're not making money on it because they're not spending it correctly. And I put in a third question, but you don't have to. It's optional. 2 to 3 is fine. Don't go any more than 3, though. Can you get your SaaS to a place where you have the option to sell it when you're ready? Because a lot of people ask themselves, like, hey, they're trying to build up their company because they want an exit. So these are the 3 questions that I ask first. And then I go down to this. Then I talk about, so the next section should be about how we exclusively help that demographic. Now, don't worry about saying you exclusively help a certain demographic and you're like, oh, but what about these other people who want to hire me? They're not going to hire me because I just told everyone that I only work for those people. Okay, there's about a 90% chance right now that if you're watching this video, you probably don't even fall into the SaaS demographic, yet you're still hiring us, right? You're still hiring me. The reason being is because even though you say you exclusively help a certain industry, people actually don't care who you say you exclusively help. They actually just care that you know what you're doing. Because we get referrals all the time, for example, right? But our referrals, even though we go after software companies, the people in those companies tell their friends that are in different industries that we're really good, and then they refer us. So obviously those other industries are not software, but they read our website and everything, and they don't care. They're like, yeah, I know you help software, but we do, X. Can you help us also? And then my answer is, well, of course we can help you also, right? So don't be afraid to really, really talk to that demographic right here. So I exclusively help SaaS companies, and that stands for software as a service for anyone reading who doesn't know. I exclusively help SaaS companies grow their company faster by developing proven digital marketing strategies and campaigns. So I'm saying who I help, and I'm saying what I do for it, okay? Now, the next section here is empathy, right? So this is going to be an empathy section. You're going to want to identify with the issues that they have and being in their shoes. So for me, I know how hard it can be to grow a company. I remember wishing I had someone that could walk me through the process so I wouldn't waste a ton of money experimenting. Okay, so this is good because I make them understand that I've been there, right? I know what it's like, and I wish I had someone like me helping me, before, instead of having to go through the problems that they're going through right now, wasting time and money experimenting, right? Then I go into the goal of my company here. So our goal here at Infinity Marketing Group is to be the resource for you that I wish I had for myself years ago. So you see how this line kind of tags onto this one. This is me being empathetic to their problem and letting them know that I understand, and here's why I understand. And then here's me addressing that problem and kind of wrapping in, that, I wish I had this solution myself before also. Okay. Now we're going to go into some points where we're going to kind of educate and say, hey, obviously that we understand what we're doing here. So having the right marketing strategies and campaigns in place is one of the major things that separate the most successful SaaS companies from the ones that are struggling to survive. So what we're doing here is we're setting up the takedown, so to speak. We're setting them up to say, listen, having a successful campaign and strategy for doing this, that's what separates the winners from the losers, right? Okay. Now, with whatever it is that you're selling, you're going to insert those types of things in here, like saying having the right, let's say, insurance broker or insurance policy or financial advisor or financial plan, or maybe your whatever your company is, but you're going to insert your stuff into this idea here, right? So state the solution, having the right one, right, is what separates the winners from the losers, basically, okay? SaaS companies are great at what they do, but they struggle at creating the right marketing strategies for scaling and generating a steady pipeline of new paying customers. So now I'm addressing, of course, another kind of empathy thing, saying, hey, you're not trying to, crap on them and say that they're all terrible if they're reading this. No, say, hey, you're great at what you do. You do what you do great, but I do what I do great, right? So you're saying, hey, you do what you do great, but we know that you struggle at doing X, right? And so then we come and wrap it into how we're the solution. So I built a business that develops the exact marketing campaigns SaaS companies need in order to grow quickly and be profitable. See, so we set them up here with the issues and saying what separates winners from losers. And then we say, and if you want to be one of those winners, you hire us, because this is exactly what we do, okay? Then I kind of put in a little line here of like, hey, if you're still reading, then maybe I've got your attention. I put, let's connect. Now, here's where you come to call to action. You don't just write things about yourself and then just end it, okay? You have to tell them what to do at the end of it, right? People need direction. So at the end, I say, let's connect. Shoot me a message here on LinkedIn, and we can discuss any marketing issues you might be having. Happy to help. Visit my website here. Now, you actually might want to put, let's connect, email me or call me or whatever. You could put your contact information here, email, phone number, website, whatever. Now me, I get too many inquiries. I used to have my email on here, my phone number. I just can't do it anymore. So personally, I removed it, but that's just me. You can do whatever you want. If you're looking to get a lot of leads right now, then you probably want to put as many different ways for them to contact you as possible. Make sure you put your website, any other information that's relevant. But either way, you got to tell them what to do. Okay. I also recommend adding some media. Like these are some videos that we uploaded here. So if you have any media like videos or pictures or PDFs, upload them here in this section, and then people can click on them and go through them. All right, and builds a little bit of authority. So that is the rundown of how to write your best and most perfect LinkedIn profile, so that when you're starting to get traffic coming to there, when people are viewing your page and deciding if they want to connect with you or message you back, then they're going to be brought through this kind of psychological flow here to address their problems, have you show empathy, that you understand what's going on, present you as a solution to those problems, and then give them a call to action of what to do next. The rest of your profile, this is easy stuff. This is just your resume, right? But too often people make their resume this part and they put in their summary. Nobody cares about your experience here. They care about how you can solve their problem. So I hope that's helpful. If you have any questions, let me know.